Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Deborah. I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa, but I spent most of my years in Pennsylvania, and I recently moved to Indiana because God told me. Yep, God told me to move to Indiana, and that's what I did. So when I moved to Indiana, I actually did not have a job. I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't know anybody. I just came with nothing but faith and my purple suitcase. That's why I'm actually creating this video. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But I'm creating this platform so that I can share my spiritual journey with you guys. And I hope to inspire someone out there. And then I also want to share other parts of my life in terms of my hobbies and my friends and my family. So back to why I moved to Indiana. Let me backtrack to when I was in Pennsylvania first off. I graduated college in 2014 with a neuroscience degree, and having foreign parents, your life is kind of already planned out for you to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, all that. Like I said, after I graduated college, my parents were expecting me to go to medical school, and I just knew in my heart that that wasn't what I wanted to do. I knew I didn't want to go to medical school, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. My parents were on my case every day about how I'm not going to school and blah, blah, blah. I was working with people with mental disabilities, and then I was helping out at my family store, which was like an African market. I figured to get my parents off my case, let me just take over the business and turn it into something else. So I turned the African market into a beauty supply store, and I quit my job and made that a full-time job where I owned the beauty supply store. I modeled everything. I was selling hair, beauty products, all that stuff. In July 2015, God had told me to move, but I kind of just brushed it off because I'm thinking in my head, like, yeah, I'm going to move, just not now, you know. And then August comes and he tells me to move again, but he said, it's time for me to move now. So I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, God, like, where am I going? And he didn't give me an answer. So what I know how to get an answer from God is prayer and fast. So I decided to do a 30-day prayer and fast. And with that prayer and fast, I mean, it's not that I wasn't eating the whole 30 days. I just did 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. of not eating. And then I also gave up social media and things that were really hindering me from spending time with God, because I was on social media like 24/7. Well, when I wasn't at the store, of course. As all that time was happening, I wasn't hearing anything from God yet. But on the 29th day, I was on the internet, and then an ad from Indianapolis came up, but I X'd out of it because, you know, I'm not really familiar with Indiana. And then another thing comes up from Indianapolis. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what the heck is Indianapolis? I'm not familiar with you, so get off. And then, like, the third time I get Indianapolis. So I kind of got frustrated, so I X'd out and just turned off my computer. The next day, which is the 30th day of my fast, my prayer partner, who you will later find out who she is when you keep watching my videos, so stick around for that. She calls me and we're talking, and then we decide to pray. And then she says, Deb, I know this is crazy, but I think you're supposed to move to Indianapolis. And I was quiet on the phone, so she's probably thinking like, okay, this girl thinks I'm crazy. She's like, Deb, I know it's crazy, but I'm getting a really strong feeling. I think you're supposed to move to Indianapolis. I think that's where God wants you to move. And I was like, well, this is what happened yesterday on the 29th of the fast. I was on the internet and Indianapolis came up. So I believe this is a confirmation that God is telling me. So I'm like, okay, God, if that's where you want me to go, you're going to make a way for me to go. God made a way that I sold the store. I gave the money to my family for them to keep for themselves. And then I bought a one-way ticket to Indianapolis. Like, the fact that God told me Indianapolis, I just knew I had to go. And when I bought the ticket, I bought it for September 19th, 2015. And before I left, my family's kind of like a little confused because they're wondering, okay, what the heck is this girl doing? You know, because I didn't have a job lined up for me in Indianapolis. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have anything. So the day that I'm leaving, my mom is taking me to the airport, and then she tells me,
God just told me it's going to be all right.
So she was like smiling, and then I started getting nervous. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm really doing this. So I get on the plane, and I'm just thinking in my head like, wow, like I'm really doing this. And I get to Indiana, and there's more details to the story, but I just don't want to keep you guys, you know, I still want to keep you guys interested. So if you have questions, I can still answer. But I make it to Indiana. Like I said, I'm trusting God to just direct me and make the path for every way that I have to go to, because I don't know anybody. So after I got to Indiana, I rented a room in someone's house using the Airbnb app. And I did 2 Airbnbs and then ended up staying at a hostel after that. Sidetrack, staying at the hostel, I did find a job. Let me tell you, I searched high and low. I applied everywhere, waking up every morning looking for a job. And then I saw this really big blue building like downtown Indianapolis, and I decided to just apply for anything. I got a phone call and they told me to come in for an interview, and they hired me as a hostess, and I took the job. And so back to the hostel now. Like I said, I was staying at the hostel for a month and a half, and I got really comfortable. I liked the people who were there, and I met so many different people who were coming in and out. I was planning on staying there for another month, but then God started speaking to me and let me know that it's time for me to leave the hostel. So the receptionist guy talks to me on a Saturday. He says, "Hey Deb, do you want to extend your stay because your last day at the hostel says it's Tuesday?" That time I knew God was telling me it's time to leave, so I told him, "No, I'm actually not going to extend my stay." He's like, "Oh, where are you going?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but God's going to give me a place Tuesday." He's like, "Okay, Deb, your story is really crazy. I'm really inspired by it, but you know, for you to find an apartment by Tuesday, it's Saturday. It's really hard and impossible to find something that quick." I was like, "I know, but I'm just trusting God." He's like, "Okay, if you want to extend it though, let me know." I was like, "Okay." So Sunday comes, I go to church, then I go to work, which I never work on Sundays, but for some reason that Sunday they asked me to come in, and I was like, okay. So I go to work, and this intern guy, he approaches me and says, "Hey Deborah, I heard you look for a roommate." And I'm thinking in my head like,
yeah, I am, but not for a guy roommate.
So I told him, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "Well, are you interested?" I was like, "Yeah." So I asked him, "Well, where do you live?" And he told me downtown Indianapolis. So I'm thinking in my head like,
downtown Indianapolis, like, I don't got downtown money, you know?
So I was like, "Oh, how much do you pay?" And he told me the price, and I'm like,
this must be a really bad part of downtown.
But I was like, "Oh, well, would I be able to check out the apartment today after work?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So after work, I walk into the apartment, and I get there, and I see the area. I'm like,
"Wow, this is really nice. Like, maybe I'm at the wrong address."
So I call him, and he comes out, and he shows me the apartment, which is a 2-bedroom and 1 bathroom, whatever. And I'm like, "Wow, this is like so nice. Like, are you sure you pay this much for it? Like, this less for it, actually." And he was like, "Yeah, da da da." I asked him, "How soon can I move in?" He said, "Tuesday."
Hell yes, I know.
Okay, so then I figured, like, okay, this is definitely where God wants me to be at, because back to when the receptionist guy told me, he told me my last day was Tuesday, and I told him that God would let me have a place by Tuesday. There we go, God coming through with his mysterious ways and doing supernatural things. And so yeah, I moved in Tuesday, and him and I became roommates, and I helped him finish up his lease for the last 3 months. And then after he left, went back to his country, I took over the lease, renewed under my name. Then God sent me another roommate, which that is another story in its own. You will meet her later on, so stay tuned and you'll find out about her as well. Honestly, we live in the best apartment. When I tell people that I live here, they're like,
"How do you afford it? How did you get it? I've been trying to live in this apartment for like past 4 years."
I really just can't describe it. Like, I eventually want to do an apartment tour and give you guys the view of everything that's here, because it just doesn't make sense how God has blessed me so much. Like, I didn't do anything to deserve this except pray and trust God. It's just crazy. And I think so far in my journey, to be able to look back and say that I never shed a tear, I never felt scared. I've never felt alone being here. I never had to ask anybody for anything. I was never financially struggling. Like, the way God just put like a peace in my heart is just unbelievable. You know, God was there for me through thick and thin, and just provided everything for me. And I get to travel and do all these different things because God has blessed me. You honestly don't have to have the best job to be happy. Granted, like I had the job as a hostess, and then I got to be a server, or waitress, whatever. God just has, just made a way for everything. You know that whatever you're going through, God sees. It may seem like he doesn't see, but just give God a chance and let him show you what kind of God he is. He's not a mean God that we hear these rumors like God's going to strike you with lightning if you do this. Take time and learn about him and get to know him and let him into your life. He'll let you know that no matter what you're going through, God has a plan. So when you want to put your faith in God, trust that he will supply for you. Like, whether you're struggling financially, whether you're having a hard time in school or your job or your friends or whatever, like, God really will come through. Just trust him. He will surprise you. He is a God of mysterious things and mysterious ways. And he always came through for me, and I know he'll come through for you. If you're in a dark place right now, let God be your light, okay? Let go, let God. That's all I can tell you today. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. And thank you guys so much for watching. So until next time.